I want to get as low to the ground as possible with this. Not to get to the mud, which is there once it starts melting. I want to get to the moss, to all the needles that are sitting right on top of it. By doing that, I should be avoiding most of the mud that's in the soil here. And we should have a pleasant experience tonight. Temperature is around 0 today. It's about 33 Fahrenheit. This is going to be a very pleasant night, I have a feeling. Almost got my circle. Let's just hope it's in the right spot, yeah? That'll be my sinkhole right there. I am going to tie one of the ends of my rope to a tree and send it the other one to another. The idea is not to use any sticks for the Lavvu. I found out last time that it's so spacious this way. I just love it. So we're going to stick to that idea, I believe, today as well, and just have a very comfy night. I don't have to worry about any sticks in the middle. Anyhow, so this thing will go as high as possible, right? We want it high because once the Lavvu starts pulling on it, it will be more like a V with all the weight on top of it. So we're going to go higher than 8 feet, I believe. Simple, nothing fancy. Just double it up and voila. So I'm going to do much the same on the other side in terms of height. Trying not to break too many live branches here. As high as possible yet again. And this time I'm going to tie a trucker's hitch again. So a trucker's hitch is simply a loop that is facing towards the tree you're trying to tie off into. And then you go around the tree, come back, go through the loop, and then this creates that pulley system I talked about in the other video. This is amazing stuff. I mean, if you give this enough tension, this thing will pull out cars from a ditch, hypothetically speaking. But in reality, it increases your strength twice. It doubles it up. And once again, this thing is solid. Just like last time, I'm going to find the very tip of the Lavvu where the two ponchos come together. Put that part together. Open it up first of all, making sure I'm not making any mistakes. But I'm going to bunch this up like so. I'm going to squeeze it all together. Put a knot around that. Pull it tight. And voila, she's ready to go. It's now just a matter of lifting it up high enough. So, I'm not going to go that high just yet. I'll put a quick release knot here, just so I can start tweaking this thing out and then finding a proper spot for it. I am not sure where that's going to be just yet. Not 100%. Okay, so here's the back of it. I would like my sleeping quarters to be roughly in this area, the highest spot in there, making all the cold air sinking lower than I am. And if any meltdown happens on the inside, all the water should also go down the hill. So I want to find myself a nice flat area just like this. I'll probably have to excavate this a little more, but this is more or less what I'm looking for right here, and I think this will work just fine. So what I'm doing is I'm preventing any of the external air from coming in through the little cracks that are created all around this thing at this point in time. So by packing it down, all that cold air, rushing air is no longer going to affect me. Or that's the idea. And I should be just fine tonight. The latest addition to the stove, which should make it that much more awesome, is this heat protector or tent protector. Now this just goes around the pipe, wraps it nicely so I can put it through here without having to worry about any burning sticks in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. That is a little sketchy. Very light. Once again, very thin material. They're going to be handled fairly carefully. But what you do is you undo these tabs. You make a nice little circle. The pipe goes right through here, and then the protector goes around it. And so the pipe never touches the tent on the inside. Can't wait to try it out. It's gonna take some time getting used to. It's really flimsy, but it's just a matter of lining the parts up and putting the screws where they need to go. That's the first one. And there you can see it's already taken a nice shape, and the pipe just goes right through the middle of that. Awesome. This is a unit size for these pipes, I believe, because this ring on the inside is collapsible, so you can make it smaller and but maybe half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So it should fit other pipes other than mine. But I think mine is like a 2.5, 2 3/4 maybe. There's people in snowmobiles passing by all day long. All day long. I didn't get here that long ago. But yeah, there's a lot of snowmobiles in the area today. It's perfect conditions. It's not as cold as it was last time when I headed out into Muskoka there. This is way more pleasant. I'm not in a rush at all. I got a little bit more time this time as well. I'm good. Matter of tightening these things up so they don't move on you, and that just drops around the pipe. Voila, she's assembled. Titanium heat protector. It fits right in. No problem. Look at that. Just like it was meant to be. Perfect. So now what we do is we fit this entire contraption through the opening, wrapping the opening around it. And voila, look at that. The pipe is no longer touching. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm happy with this. This is absolutely great. Check that out. Not only that, it actually creates a nicer seal around this thing. It's not as big as an opening as it was before. This is great. There's gonna rise up here. Nice. And this thing down towards the ground. Now I should have this elevated, so I am going to put something to elevate the back legs here. This is quickly not going to work for me. It needs something in the back to support. Okay. That's nice. Yeah. Not too shabby. Only problem that I have now, the fact that my pipe is now touching. It's the way I set this thing up, I see, but I'm touching the line at this point. So I'll have to... Oh, here we go. There's something. I guess it depends. I guess it matters which way the entrance goes, right? So that is something I need to figure out how to solve. Another tent protector? Oops. Oops. Yeah, that's way too close. So what's gonna happen here is that if this pipe touches in the middle of the night, self-explanatory, right? It will melt that rope. The whole bloody thing will come down crushing on top of me. Or come down crushing me underneath it. Maybe the stove should go on the opposite side. That seems to be a nicer location. And maybe that's where the door is gonna be. Well, needless to say, I spared you the loons this time. There were a couple. It's growing on me. Not the simplest thing to do. It's only my second time. But I think I'm getting slightly better at this thing. I think I am. Alright, so now I'm confident that this is no longer going to burn my tent at night. As you can see, the distance from the rope is much more substantial at this point in time. So we should be good. Yeah, our heating is set up. The living quarters are as so. Pretty much ready to go. Okay, let's organize all our stuff. It is starting to snow out here after all. I don't want my stuff to disappear on me now. That is not a good thing to do. This gear is very expensive and losing it just like so is not an option. I have to say though, I am very pleasantly impressed with this stove. Easier to set up this time. I did make one fundamental mistake, but I don't know, as long as you correct those mistakes, you should be fine. Whatever you do, do not let them be. Always correct the mistakes. This is only your life you're playing with here, right? So, spark arrestor, see-through. You can see it's got some usage out of it. You can see the shadows on that. And then this is my fire damper. And so this thing works quite well actually. Mind you, while operating this thing, you need to have gloves on or you're going to leave your fingerprints all over it. And the spark arrestor on this stove does a wonderful job as well. I'm very happy with it. Maybe I'm a little bit too far to wood. Relatively easy to take out if possible. Alright, there we go. Now for the wood. Wood is also very important, so why don't I go find some before it gets too dark. I have way more time this time. Last time when I came out I was literally out of time. I mean, I was pushing it. I ran around like a madman, found some logs, chopped those up, and needless to say I was lucky, I think, to find that much wood. But this area here, everywhere I look around, there's some deadfall here, so no widow makers above me. Another quite important thing to mention. There are no widow makers nearby, and that's always an issue. You have to pay attention when you're out in the forest. A dead tree is potentially a very significant hazard, so try to stay away from them if possible. Oh look, firewood right there. So yeah, gorgeous spot. I found this place 3 weeks ago. I said I have to come back. This is where we're at in wintry paradise. Let's take a look around. Look. I just want to rest a little bit and then I'll start cooking. So what do I have with me today? I have lots of water. I have a juice, about 20 servings of vegetables in that. The juice. We got some vermicelli. Voila. Some sausages. Some coconut oil. Some spices. Some onions, some garlic, cheese, and some peppers. The rest of it is in that drink. And that drink is delicious. But it stains like nothing else, so careful. Ooh, that's vegetables, all right. Whew. Spicy. So good. Check this out. Yum. Yum. Coconut. So what we have today It's pork honey garlic sausage. Organic. Yum. So out there with me today are wolves. This is an area where a couple of families live. That's what I want to call them, or packs. And I have raw sausage in the tent. Nothing wrong with that. Now what should we do with this sausage? Should we cook it whole? Or should I make these squishy balls out of it? Squishy balls, I think. Wood in there is pretty wet. There's a snowmobile passing by somewhere. I don't know if you can hear it. I can. Oh, back's gonna hurt like this. No fancy pattern here, just chop it up. All end up in the same place. Woo! Spices. It's mainly just salt. And a couple of other things. Don't remember now. Now the star of the show. I'm gonna squeeze out little balls. It's sausage. Oh. Who else likes meatballs? I like meatballs. Just don't like the lining on these things. Yeah. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yum. Oh, this sausage is so good. I want another one. Why don't we get that started, huh? Yum. Wow. Amazing. Everything tastes 10 times better in the outdoors. It's been too long. Yum. Spicy meatball. Sure beat Mountain House. Spicy. Whew. So good. This is absolutely great. The only problem with the situation right now is that I gotta get up and go pee. So comfortable. But yum. Gotta bring more vermicelli with me from now on. That's great. And to think I got more sausage coming, I'm in heaven. So this tent protector is quite hot, but it's not as hot as the pipe. I can actually touch it with my hand. Oh. Down here it gets really hot because that's where the actual structure is. That's pretty cool. My tent is not burning. All is good. Wow, that was a good meal. I gotta put that combo together more often. I'm bringing it next time. That was very good. It's so comfy in here right now. I went outside for a little bit. It's cold. It's snowing. There's like this frosty outside on this tent, and on the inside it doesn't show it at all. I love this material. This is great. I mean, the tent is just covered in wet stuff on the outside and frozen water and all kinds of weird things right now. It looks kind of beautiful. I'm gonna take some pictures in the morning if it holds up. But yeah, and on the inside, completely dry. Nothing. Impressive. Very impressive. And warm. The stove is so dirty. The whole tent is just covered up by water on the outside. But on the inside, it's completely dry. It's working very well. Good morning. I overslept a little bit. This was so comfortable, I did not feel like waking up at all, actually. Oh man, this is nice. This is a good setup. So let's open this up. See how we're doing outside. Oh, it's snowing out there. Let's go take a quick look. This was a comfortable sleep. It definitely was. I've never seen anything like it, but there's these bugs and flies hatching everywhere, and these little bugs just hopping around all over the snow. I've never seen that in winter time before. It did warm up over the last couple of days quite a bit, so stuff is starting to wake up. It's just, I don't know. I've never seen them before. I don't know what that's all about. I have my new fire starter. The best fire starter ever. tracks everywhere this morning. And like I mentioned, there's these bugs. I don't know what they are, but they're not welcome. I don't want to see them here. They're not inside the tent. They seem to be just on top of the snow. So my guess is that they're evenly distributed throughout there. Anywhere you look, they are soot-black bugs with elongated bodies, whatever that is. I mean, I've seen them. I've never seen them like this. This is crazy. They must like moisture or something, because the only time ever that I've seen these things before was in a basement, and that basement needed a remediation. There was just way too much moisture in there. And so you see next to my footprint here, there's all these black specks. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure if you're getting that in focus or not, but it's very unlikely. But they are alive. There's another track. Does that look like a bunny? Look like a bunny to you? Not really. There are all kinds of animals. I heard wolves last night. Tried to record some, but I don't think that's gonna work out. They're too far away. Which was kind of soothing at the same time. It was reassuring that they were not here. They're gonna not mess with me. There's Betsy. Man, I love having a Jeep. Having a Jeep is great. So we are parked right next to these gigantic power lines here, and they sizzle. They sizzle. This is where I'm at. It's still accessible. I dared not to venture out with untested equipment. But this is where I'm at. I'm not in the city by any means. There's just a snowmobile track next to me here. These guys have been passing me all night long thinking, what the hell is this Jeep doing here? Well, I'm camping. Yeah. This is it. And the tent is actually currently behind, just clearing the car on the left side. So if you look at my right mirror, so you're looking on the left side now, it's directly behind it, and it blends right in. The only thing you're gonna see is the shape. Can you see the triangle? I can see it because I'm looking for it. Other than that, this is stealthy. You disappear. No wonder they use this in the army, right? Wow, so beautiful. Just look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? Minus the power lines and the clear cut, of course. But where do you get a clear cut like this? That's what I'm talking about. This is where you come to see animals at night, if you have like night vision or something. Or it's a really starry, full moon type of night with no clouds. Yeah. That'd be nice too. Let's walk around a little. Very warm, very warm. Like I said, these bugs are everywhere. But more so in that forest where I just came from. I'm not noticing them here. No, they are. They're here as well. And so Ontario wilderness, what's so scary about it? I guess the scariest thing now, because I don't know anything about them, are the ticks. Bears? No. Bears, they sleep in winter, first of all. Secondly, they're so timid. So unless you're messing with one's baby, I don't see you ever getting hurt by one. You have to be crazy and have like food inside your tent or something and be like cooking without a fire outside in the middle of the night. But you know, you should always hang your food up in a tree, except it's just so much more convenient to have it in a tent. I get it. But definitely don't do that. It's not a good thing to do, especially in summertime. Wintertime, I'm not so worried, but like I said, there are a couple of packs of wolves here in the area, and if there's anything that worries me is, you know, probably them. Yeah, so you remember this spot from my last video. This is an hour and a half from my house, literally the closest thing I can come to without breaking the bank. But be in the wilderness surrounded by animals and all of this. So this is great. So I'd like to hear from you guys. Whoever got to this part in this video, I'd like to hear from you. What do you think? Where should the next excursion be? And I'm keeping it in Ontario, so I'm not going outside of Ontario unless something close by in Quebec. I could do that because I do come to the border often, and I wouldn't mind Quebec either. But anything further than that, it's just too far from me. I live in Toronto, and getting out, it takes, you know, it takes time, it takes preparation, it takes money. And just to be able to be out here, I'm so grateful. Wow. I woke up this morning, I sat in front of the fireplace and cooked some sausage, and I got up and my back hurt so much I couldn't film. I said, oh man, I'm not doing anything. I just had to lay down for about an hour. Stretched it out. It's so much better now. Way better. So last time I came here I thought this was a lake, but this is like a bog, if anything. This is like a beaver made thing. Beaver made. Yeah. Hear the snowmobiles. So there's an open area, but you know, the area that I chose for the tent is right behind this mound here, and it's pretty much shields me from any wind. Snow has been falling straight down around my tent all night. It has been a little windy. Yeah. So not too far from the vehicle. You know, there we are. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. You gotta appreciate nature to like this stuff, obviously, but I know you get what I mean. Not too many people venture out here. They do, but not many. And here I have my little enclave. Look at that. Now that's a sick setup. Very low impact. I mean, you leave no trace other than the footprint of the tent, which will cover up in snow in no time. It's not that cold, it's just really moist. So this is wet snow falling down on us. Heavy, wet snow. And it's been falling all night. And I couldn't have picked a better time to come here. So this material here is not wet very easily. The snow falls, it melts because obviously it's warm, but on the inside it's really warm. It's about 27 degrees right now. As soon as you close the door, the temperature just starts climbing. So, but what I was really surprised with is that there are very little places where it got wet. You know, canvas is the way to go. I am convinced. These are the places where I had all my bags, and of course there were things rubbing up against the back of it, so I understand that when you start rubbing the inside it starts leaking in that location. But just look at it, and all of this is just gonna come off. Bam. Alright, and that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Leave no footprint other than that you just slept on. And I mean, there's an octagon on the ground right now around me. This thing works well. Works very well. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna pack it in, head for the car and get out of here. Tomorrow is a work day. Thank you for joining me and for watching, sticking with me for as long as you have. It's very appreciated. And see you next time.